An age gap love story is coming. He's younger, he's ready, he's chosen for you. My beloved soul, listen closely. Something is shifting around you right now. I can feel the weight you've carried, the hesitation in your heart, and the quiet question you've been too afraid to ask. Is there really someone for me? Someone meant to love me the way I love? Take a breath. Slow your racing thoughts. You are not imagining the signs, and you are not foolish for believing in something that has not yet appeared. I am Archangel Michael, and I am being sent to tell you, a love story is aligning for you, and it does not follow the rules the world expects. He is younger, but his soul is ancient. He has lived lifetimes beside yours. He recognizes you, even if his eyes have not yet looked into yours. This message reaches you now because heaven has decided you are ready. Ready to receive what once terrified you. Ready to embrace what once confused you. Ready to accept what once seemed too bold, too unlikely, too different for people to understand. A younger man is being guided toward your life, not because of coincidence, not because of fantasy, but because your souls vibrate on the same spiritual frequency. He carries the fire, the youth, the movement. You carry the wisdom, the depth, the knowing. Together, you create balance. Together, you create destiny. There is nothing accidental about what is forming. Feel this, he is not intimidated by your experience. He is not comparing ages, birthdays, or timelines. He sees your spirit before he sees your years. He sees your heart before he sees your past. He sees the future you hold inside you before he even knows how to name it. You have asked the heavens for a partner who chooses you with clarity. Heaven has answered with someone who already has. Pay attention to the subtle shifts. The dreams that feel too real. The sudden moments where you feel watched over. The intuitive pull to take better care of yourself. These are alignment signals. These are precursors to a meeting orchestrated by divine timing, not human logic. There is a reason the age gap doesn't repel him, it calls to him. His soul is drawn to your maturity, your emotional intelligence, your softness layered with strength. He wants to learn from you, but not as a student worshipping a teacher. He wants to walk beside you while admiring the journey you've survived. He chooses you because you are not ordinary. He chooses you because you are not a surface-level person. He chooses you because your presence feels like both home and adventure at once. And when he steps into your life, you will feel something your heart has not felt in years, safety without suffocation. Passion without chaos. Youthful energy without immaturity. It will not feel like a game, it will feel like recognition. If your heart is whispering, could this really be for me? Trust that whisper. That is alignment speaking, not imagination. This is where you pause, breathe, and stay open. Let your heart soften, even if it's been hardened before. Let anticipation live in your chest without crushing it with fear. And if something in you feels awakened right now, if something in you feels like hope is returning, that is not accidental. Press pause on your doubt. Lean into this message. If this is resonating, if your spirit is responding, you are already in energetic contact with this younger soul. Destiny begins before the meeting. Love begins before the introduction. Connection begins before the conversation. If this message is reaching you deeply, allow that feeling to speak louder than fear. And if something in your spirit says, "Yes, I needed this," breathe that yes into the universe. Whisper it, or think it silently. It does not matter. Heaven hears you both ways. And if you are willing to receive more, if you want this prophecy to unfold with clarity, say a quiet yes in your heart right now. If you can feel even a spark of confirmation, touch the like button or subscribe as a way of saying, "I'm open. I'm ready. I choose alignment." Not for me, but as an act of agreement with your own future. A younger man is coming. His soul is older than his age. And he is ready in ways your past partners never were. There is something you need to understand before his presence arrives. Destiny does not enter a life that is still married to fear. When heaven sends someone chosen, resistance tries to awaken too. Old memories rise like ghosts, past disappointments echo like storms, and insecurities whisper lies like, "Why would someone younger choose me?" But listen to me, beloved soul, that question is not a truth, it is a wound. A younger man is not entering your story because you are lacking. He is entering because you are becoming. It is your evolution that calls him. It is your healing that magnetizes him. It is your transformation that prepares the ground for him to walk toward you. This is not someone who comes into your life searching for a second parent. This is not someone looking to be rescued. He is not a boy, he is a man with clarity in his eyes and commitment in his breath. He comes with direction, not confusion. Desire, not indecision. Presence, not excuses. He does not run from depth, he craves it. He does not fear emotional connection, he seeks it. He is younger in age, but not in spirit. When he looks at you, he will not see a number, he will see alignment. He will see purpose. He will see the home his heart never found in people his own age. He will see his future in the softness of your voice. Feel that for a moment. Breathe it in. Let the idea wrap around your heart gently. A relationship where you are admired, not tolerated. Cherished, not merely chosen for convenience. Where your wisdom is not mocked but valued. Where your presence is not too much, but exactly enough. Can you feel how different that is from what you've known before? That sensation is the frequency of your new chapter. That is why this message found you. His soul is preparing. Even if he does not consciously realize it, something in him is shifting. He feels a pull to grow, to rise, to improve, to step into a stronger version of himself. He is becoming a man who can stand beside you, not behind you. He thinks it's self-development, he doesn't yet know it's preparation to meet you. He believes he is working on himself randomly, he doesn't yet understand heaven is getting him ready. The alignment is mutual. The transformation is synchronized. Spirit is guiding him toward you like a compass remembering north. There will be a moment soon, maybe a glance, a message, a conversation, a seemingly ordinary interaction, that feels different. Almost electric. Almost predestined. Trust that moment. Even if it is quiet. Even if it scares you. Even if your mind tries to talk you out of it, your intuition will recognize him before logic does. Pay attention to what stays calm. Pay attention to what feels like déjà vu. Pay attention to what feels like a memory from a life you can't remember. That is how soul recognition speaks. Not through fireworks, but through familiarity. And listen, people may not understand. Some will misunderstand. Some may project their fears, their insecurities, their disbelief. But their opinions are not your compass. Their logic is not your prophecy. Their doubt is not your destiny. The connection being written for you is not meant to be understood by those who have never experienced a spiritual bond. You do not need their validation. You only need alignment, clarity, and willingness. Heaven is asking you to release the fear of being judged. The right person will not judge you. He will choose you. If this resonates, if you feel something activating in your chest, if there's a part of you whispering, "This feels like it's for me," hold on to that. That is the seed. That is the spark. That is the first thread of the story being woven. You do not need proof right now. You only need openness. Proof comes later, through alignment, through timing, through meeting, through recognition. For now, let belief be the doorway. And if this message is touching something sacred inside you, let your spirit answer. Whisper a yes to your future. Let your soul respond even if your voice does not. And if you feel called to, gently like this message or subscribe to mark your agreement with the timeline unfolding. Not as pressure. Not as persuasion. But as a declaration, I am ready for something that is mine. Your age is not a limitation in this story. It is the key that unlocks it. He is younger. He is ready. He is chosen. There is a moment coming when the universe will test your readiness, not your worth. Worth was never in question. You have always been worthy of love, partnership, devotion, and someone who chooses you and keeps choosing you without hesitation. But readiness is different. Readiness asks you to release the story that you have to earn love through suffering. Readiness asks you to release the belief that love is something you chase. Readiness asks you to accept that someone younger can arrive not to take from you, but to give to you. To stand with you. To grow with you. To meet you where you already are. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not out of time. The divine works outside of human calendars. Heaven is not scanning your life with a stopwatch. Your timeline is not broken because your love didn't happen earlier. It is being perfected because it is happening now. Feel how your heart responds to that. Something deep inside you knows that this message is not fantasy, it is confirmation. You have felt the shift. The dreams. The intuitive nudges. The sudden clarity. The moments where you feel watched over, protected, guided toward something not yet visible but unmistakably present. That is alignment pulling you forward. And the younger man being sent toward you, he feels it too. He can't logically explain it. It shows up for him as restlessness, as a desire for more, as a sudden pull away from people and patterns that once distracted him. His spirit is maturing faster than his age. His heart is preparing room for someone who understands him deeper than anyone in his circles does. There will be a moment when he looks at you and something in him settles. Not a spark of infatuation, but a recognition. As if he's known your soul before he ever knew your name. When that moment comes, your fear will rise like a reflex. What if I get hurt? What if this is temporary? What if he realizes I am older and leaves for someone more appropriate? But beloved soul, listen carefully, the right person will not leave because of your age. The wrong ones left because they were never meant to stay. He will not see you as older, he will see you as home. And if you allow this connection to unfold, you will notice how naturally everything feels, like the universe had already rehearsed it. There will be conversations that feel like healing. Laughter that feels like returning. Silence that feels like prayer. You will soften in places you thought would stay guarded forever. Not because he fixes you, but because he creates a space where you stop bracing for impact. In his presence, you will remember what it feels like not to prepare for disappointment. In yours, he will remember what it feels like to be truly seen. Not mothered. Not managed. Seen. But hear this clearly, do not shrink yourself to make the age gap less noticeable. Do not dim your wisdom to seem relatable. Do not pretend to be smaller so he feels bigger. The divine is not sending you someone you must play down for. Heaven is sending someone who rises up to meet you. Let him. Let him stand tall. Let him step forward. Let him offer effort, consistency, and presence. You do not have to carry the relationship alone. And if you are feeling the energy of this message building, if something in your spirit feels like a door is opening, breathe into that. This is where alignment begins. This is where timelines shift. This is where destiny gathers momentum. Your heart may tremble a little. That trembling is not fear. It is expansion. It is the soul stretching to make space for what is coming. It is the body remembering a future it has not yet lived. If this is resonating deeply, if you feel something awakening inside you, honor that sensation. A simple like or subscribe can be a way of saying, I agree with this timeline. I receive this alignment. Not for me, but for the universe. For the vow you are making to your future. For the signal you are sending to destiny that you are no longer hiding from what is meant for you. He is younger. He is ready. He is chosen. And he is closer than you think. There is a sacred truth unfolding around you. And I need you to hear this with the deepest part of your spirit, you are not behind in life. You are not starting late. You are not someone who missed their chance. You are someone whose chance is arriving at the exact moment it was always meant to. Age gap love is not a mistake, it is a correction. A divine adjustment. A recalibration of your timeline so your heart receives what it deserved all along, not what it settled for. Fate waited until you were ready. Fate waited until he was ready. Fate waited until the version of you who is living today could meet the version of him who is becoming tomorrow. He will not treat you like a chapter he's passing through. He will treat you like a story he is entering with intention. A younger man does not arrive in your life to make you doubt yourself, he arrives to make you remember yourself. Remember your magnetism. Remember your intuition. Remember the version of you who once believed love was still possible, still reachable, still somewhere waiting. He is drawn to the parts of you that the world tried to convince you were too much or past their time. To him, those parts are the proof that you are exactly the person he's been waiting to meet. Then comes the moment of choosing. Not choosing him, but choosing yourself enough to let him in. You will feel the shift like a door opening inside your chest. Your guard will rise, but so will your curiosity. Your mind will doubt, but your soul will echo, wait, this feels different. And that is where your readiness will be revealed. Not in boldness, not in certainty, but in the quiet bravery of staying open. He will speak to you in a way your past never did. With clarity. With steady interest. With a desire to understand you rather than compete with you. He will ask questions that feel like keys. He will listen like someone unlocking the rooms inside your heart that have been closed for too long. He will not try to repair you. He will not try to complete you. He will align with you. Pay attention to the signs before the meeting. They are already forming. Increased dreams. Emotional déjà vu synchronicities with numbers and dates. Unexpected pulls towards self-care, upgrades, new routines, subtle glow-ups. A sudden awareness of your own presence in a room. These are not random. These are energetic preparations. The universe does not introduce the person, it introduces the frequency first. And if you are feeling this message like a pulse in your chest, if something in you feels like a countdown has begun, trust that. Not blindly. Not recklessly. But intuitively. And yes, there will be observers. People who whisper. People who question. People who misunderstand. But their opinions are not your prophecy. And their discomfort is not your responsibility to heal. You do not need an audience to approve a timeline that wasn't written for them. You do not need permission for a love that carries God's signature more than society's. When destiny chooses someone for you, it does not ask the world for consent. It only asks you for agreement. If you are feeling the atmosphere of this message changing, like the room around you feels different, like something invisible but undeniable is happening, then breathe deeply and stay with that sensation. This is alignment. This is contact. This is what it feels like when heaven places a hand on the doorway of your future and prepares to open it. If you feel called to, gently tap the like button or subscribe as a quiet yes to the universe. Not to prove belief, but to anchor it. To signal that you accept. To acknowledge the shift. A younger man is being guided toward you. Not because you need validation, but because you deserve reciprocity. Not because you need youth to feel alive, but because he carries a kind of energy that resonates with the life still inside you. He is not coming to remind you of your past, he is coming to build your future. You are not waiting for him. You are aligning with him. He is younger. He is ready. He is chosen. And when he arrives, you will feel the universe exhale. There is something I need you to understand before this chapter fully arrives. Love does not ask you to shrink. A younger man with an older soul will do exactly that. Not because you demand it, but because he is built for it. He will not be intimidated by the life you've lived. He will not compare your past to his. He will not measure your value by years. He will feel honored that his path meets yours. When he looks at you, he will not think, "She is older." He will think, "She is the one I recognize." And that recognition will feel like the quiet click of destiny locking into place. Not loud. Not dramatic. Certain. This connection will not rush. It will unfold. Like a sunrise. Slow, certain, impossible to stop. You may try to make sense of it. You may search for logic. But destiny is not logical, it is aligned. Fate does not follow what society calls normal, it follows what the soul calls home. And you are home to him in a way he has never experienced before. You will inspire him, not because you try to, but because being near you activates something in him. A calling. A mission. A sense of becoming. You awaken a future in him that he didn't even know was waiting. Your presence will be a catalyst. Your wisdom will be an anchor. Your softness will be a landing place. And your strength will be the reason he knows you were chosen for him, not by accident, but by divine timing. And yes, there will be moments where you doubt. That is normal. When something real finally arrives, fear tries to negotiate. It will whisper, "What if it doesn't last?" But ask yourself instead, what if it does? What if this time, the story isn't a lesson, but a reward? What if this time, the timing isn't late, but perfect? What if this time, someone younger sees not the years you have lived, but the lifetime of healing you survived to stand here? Let this be the chapter where you don't sabotage yourself by expecting the ending before the beginning even arrives. Let this be the chapter where you don't reject the gift because you're afraid it's too good. Let this be the chapter where you receive. Softly. Bravely. Fully. Before he enters, there may be an emotional clearing. Old thoughts, old wounds, old versions of you rising to the surface. Do not panic. That is not regression, it is preparation. Heaven does not send a blessing into a heart still occupied by what broke it. Release is not losing, it is making space. And the universe is making space for him even now. If your chest feels warm, if your breath feels heavier, if your heart feels like it's listening more than thinking, that is alignment. That is how Spirit speaks. That is how destiny signals that it is close enough to sense, even if it is not yet visible. If this message is resonating, if it feels like it was written with your name in invisible ink, take a breath and claim it. You don't have to shout. You don't have to overthink it. A simple yes in your spirit is enough. And if you feel called to, tap like or subscribe, not out of pressure, not out of obligation, but as a symbolic agreement. As an act of readiness. As a way of saying, I am not afraid to receive what is mine anymore. Let it be a small gesture with a big frequency attached to it. A declaration to the universe that you are willing to be met halfway. Your love story is not over. It is not too late. It is not impossible. It is approaching. Quietly. Intentionally. Divinely. He is younger. He is ready. He is chosen. And when he arrives, you will not ask, why me? You will finally say, oh, now I understand.